Howdy, all you delicious people. Today, I'm here to do more. More, you say? More of Movie Director Simulator. Hopefully, um, we can go into finding the exam's coming in 3 weeks. All right. Hopefully, we can be able to find some interesting things for this episode. That has vastly been different than what we have been doing. So yeah, hope for the best for this episode. And yeah, we were gonna bust out hopefully two films today and kind of put our best foot forward. If anything, I hope to maybe possibly do maybe some genres that I don't do too frequently. But at the end of the day, there's some stuff that I might just be a little bit more intrigued with doing than some other things. So yeah, we'll just have to see. And plus, who knows with how the contracts are gonna go? You know. Science fiction, 16 plus and 2%, which is only $80. Western, adventure, 12 plus adventure. I guess let's go with that. I guess 12 plus adventure. All right. Adventure. Maybe I might even have to adjust the scripts just so that way I can kind of get something much more out of it than I would normally. Yeah. Okay. So, you know how things are. Whoops. I did this by mistake. Oh well. If anything, money isn't a huge factor right now, so it's not a big thing right now. Okay, write a script. Let's have it be a female character. The name will be um Pollen. Pollen uh Pollen Sassy. Pollen Sassy. Pollen Sassy. You have started writing a script with the name Pollen Sassy for some obscure reason. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go and do this thing. Do the thing of things, the movies. But yeah, we'll just kind of see where hopefully we can go with these films because at the end of the day, I honestly think it's gonna get to a point where I honestly think that they should actually upgrade this game and put some new scripts in, just kind of update it. Um, because yeah, like there's only so much like replayability that this game is going to get because at the end of the day, like if people are consistently playing this like I am, maybe people are kind of like getting a little worn out with the game because at the end of the day there's not like if you were to have like how the game really says to just go in and play the exact same genre all the time, you would get so worn out with that because you wouldn't be able to do like you would be doing the same movies just over and over and over again. To showcase it on a YouTube channel, it would be way harder. So that's why I'm kind of divvying ends to a lot of things. Anyways, two best agents, Paul and Sassy, CIA, and Ela Yuryakin can KGB are trying to kill each other at the first meeting, but without any success. At the second meeting, they are already forced to cooperate, as a powerful criminal group has created nuclear weapons, and they must be stopped. Right, that kind of feels like that Henry the guy that played Man of Steel, The movie where it's something about an uncle or whatever, that sounds like that movie. A girl named Pauline Sassy falls on a mysterious island in Quid, which I think somebody said in one of my videos once that that is a certain place, maybe in Brazil, maybe I don't remember, which is not visible on any map. In inhabitants go under the numbers. They can't make noise and laugh because it irritates Russ, a huge octopus that lives in the underground caves. But there is an ancient legend about a young girl from another world who will free the. No. That movie sounds like a load of garbage. That probably is maybe like an animated movie that will probably absolutely go nowhere. But yeah, it's just. Alright. The Honduran natives named the Honduran native named Pauline Sassy reunites with her father to fulfill her dream of living in the U.S. Moving to Mexico is the first step in an important journey full of unexpected events. Okay, wait a minute. One, this movie is vague as F. And on top of that, first off, they say that she is Honduran, but her dream is to live in the U.S. But she's gonna go and move to Mexico. This makes no sense. Really, if you're going to move to the state in the United States called New Mexico, then that would probably make sense. But like that script just seems like a random bag of nothing. This is a story of a daughter who this is a story of a daughter of this is of a daughter of the owner of an Indian zoo. Really? A girl named Pauline Sassy. She learned the world. She learns the world. She learned all up in that world. Learns to defend her principles. Seeks her own way to God. Living by the sword, dying by the sword. Living by the canons of three faiths, and falls in love. But by the will of fate, her family has to emigrate halfway between India and Canada. The ship crashes, and the Polly Sassy remains in the boat with the Bengal tiger. Oh, this is that movie like Life of Pi. Henya, zebra, and Origato, Domorigato, Mr. Origato. Everything around is a boundless water surface, and what is ahead is uncertain. Well, I'm certainly not going to be doing the movie Life of Pi. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I've already read that script. A beauty named Pauline Sassy is from the kind of immortals. For centuries, many armies have tried to seize its people in order to seize the secret of eternal life. This sounds familiar. It seems like I probably did this once. When the city is destroyed, the girl hides in the forest. Here she meets the lost parents of the little boy, Ariel, and starts taking care of him. A beauty named Pauline Sassy is from the kind of mortals. Come on, game. The main character, Pauline Sassy, suffers the loss of her father. Daughter wants... That daughter wants to learn as much as possible about his life, gathering together numerous legends and myths surrounding his his father's life? You mean her father's life? In sum, Paul and Sassy reveals many surprising facts and concludes that the father's life was surprisingly diverse. She understands that her father was really an unusual person. Um, the main character, Paul and Sassy, suffers the loss of her. First off, let's say mother. Instead of father, let's say mother. Let's say mother. Let's kind of change the script up a little bit. Daughter. uh, so Pollen, Sassy, wants to learn as much as possible about her mother's life, gathering together numerous legends and myths surrounding her father's life, gathering several myths and gathering together numerous legends and myths surrounding. I think they kind of mentioned this a lot. The main character suffers the loss of her. The main character, Paul and Sassy, suffers the loss of her mother. Suffers the death. Suffers the death. Suffers the death of her mother being dead. Paul and Sassy wants to learn as much as possible about her mother's death. Death. Um, Gathering together numerous legends and myths surrounding how mysterious her mother's death was. Her mother's death really was. All right. In sum, Paul and Sassy reveals many surprising facts and conclusions about the mother's passing. And comes up with surprisingly diverse theories. There we go. Yeah, real mystery novel. How did this person die? How did they kill Mama? Mother mystery. uh, she understands that her mother was really an unusual person. She understands that her mother was really a unusual person. I want to have more than that though. Really unusual person. Uh, okay. She understands that her mother was really an unusual person, and her death left more questions than answers. Okay, so this person is gonna have a very obscure death, and so much so that this death does not make sense. And somebody, instead of throwing it away in a cold case, somebody is going to really investigate this thing. Someone is really going to find out that this mother's life was very unusual, and why this person, who you would think would be um, a person that was okay with life, that was just making it by and whatever. Yeah, not so much. So many secrets, so many hidden things that we're going to comb through. And this girl is going to find out so much more about her mother and her past, her present, or even what she was going to do before she ends up getting killed, is going to shatter this girl to the point to where she maybe never really knew who her mother really was. So yeah, let's call that what it is. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed, like, here's a real mystery that I can really sink my teeth into, and it's not just something simple as about losing a loved one. It's really just like, yeah, but this person had so many secrets, and why did this person die so unusually? Um, yeah. So that, yeah, let's do that. That's really interesting. Okay. So the main characters have to be women, of course, because the main characters are gonna be the mother and the daughter. So at the end of the day, let's get a yeah. Let's have, well, I don't know if the main character should be the the mother or the daughter. I don't know. 63-year-old. I don't think she'd be playing a daughter, but I think all these ages are really uppity uppity there. Uppity uppity. Come on. Give me something good. Give me something I could legitimately use that really looks good on paper. That really, really looks good on the paper. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Give me something. Give me something. Give me these things that I want. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing what I want yet. Do it. Do now. Do it now. 59. Just whatever. We'll just choose that. 45. The secondary role should be the mother, and it's kind of funny. The daughter is younger than probably the mother is. Maybe they'll work that into the story then. Hmm. Maybe the daughter was never really the legitimate whatever thing all along, and maybe even yeah, man, that's gonna really be really good if the daughter is actually from some bizarre reason much older than the actual mother is, and maybe she's been lying about her age this whole time, and the mother is actually older than the daughter is for some obscure reason. Yeah, I don't know, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Oh no. Now I gotta go and freaking find that again. Gosh darn it. God darn it. Come on. But yeah, I know a lot of people are just like, whoa, though, like mother and daughter, like really diverse. Is like, well, heck yeah, like freaking, like we live in a melting pot. It's all good. It's all chicken babies. Like really, like people can adopt, and yeah, it's just Yeah. So I think the daughter is still going to be like 9 years older than the mother. So yeah, they'll be interesting. The, maybe that'll work well into the story and how we can kind of mold that into like a daughter that is older than the mother. But like she always took care of her and whatever. Yeah, it'll just make for a very interesting story. Believe me, that it'll happen. Your friends have had a birthday. Will you buy him a costly present? No, f that guy. Your friend told you that your friend told you the most important thing is your care. Oh no, man, that just struck me. Like this just struck me hard. A statement which doesn't need evidence. A theory? Wrong. How many basketball players are there in a team? I think like 11. So 12? Right. A musical ensemble of five performances or five performers. Well, a duet is two, three is three, quintet, quadret. Quintet? Yeah, right. I guess the years of band have kind of somewhat worked out in my favor, I guess. A short break between acts of a spectacular or a spectacle or a concert. Intermission, baby. 5 out of 5, a sum of every angle in a square in degrees. Well, 90 degrees. 90 degrees times 3 would be um 360, right? 360? Yeah. Shouldn't I have known that? Uh Tells you how smart I am. Whoops. God dang it. I did the wrong thing again with my life. It happened. It happens sometimes. It happens. I did it. It was me. It was that guy. It was the dude with the stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Post production. The music, let's go full on 10,000, right? No, we're not going to do that garbage. We'll spend 1,000. That seems the movie title. Um, man, I really want to just put in the words "mother mystery." Uh, um, mother mystery. Because it sounds like murder mystery, but uh, mother, can you hear me? uh, I'm trying to think of something that God, Mother Mystery sounds really good, and it does sound kind of dumb too. Uh the God, a mother and daughter film. Um, the mom you knew too little. Um, the mother, the ma, the ma. Um, the I want to say like when you kind of go into somebody's closet and like skeletons start kind of rolling all out. Um, the Mother Madness. uh, the the mystery of the mother you never knew. The What if I put mother question mark? Mother? And then we could set it up for the trailer to just be like every time the girl is like mother, and then you just see some kind of very outlandish visuals of like this mother doing some kind of like scandalous thing, and then the kid is just like mother, and then cue like overly scandalous thing, and then the kid's just like mother, and then it just continues to do that, and that's just how the trailer is portrayed. So yeah, mother question mark. Yeah, that I maybe that's a good selling point, because at the end, like giving that kind of visual of kind of a trailer esque kind of thing of how my mind would kind of go with with and yeah, it does kind of make sense, because a lot of times like a daughter or an infant or whatever is always asking for their parent to help them, or their parent to whatever. It's like mother, mother, mother. And so mom, da 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 da. Yeah. So yeah, that kind of does make sense. Instead of going and complete like and kind of mother like question mark does kind of really does kind of really does like give you some mystery of why the question mark. So yeah, let's do that. That's really fun. That's really that's really interesting how like something as simple as just like putting a question mark at the end of something could just be like why why put that on there. But yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense to me. um I don't know. I think we should go with like pink or something like that. Something just like not just saying it has to be like it has to look feminine, but it just has to really um like represent like something that we're trying to really um that we're really trying to go into here. Uh Balloons. I don't know if balloons is gonna work. Uh Maybe the baby pacifier would probably work, because yeah, like maybe like this mother has done some shady stuff this daughter's entire life, and she never knew about it. So yeah, maybe the pacifier thing is probably the perfect fit. Where is it? Yeah, where is the pacifier? Come on, I know there was one in here. There's a ring. I don't care about that. Where is it? Did I pass it already? Good grief. Come on, game. There we go. There's the pacifier. And then we'll have like, because really that really does show like that is kind of a symbol of like like a mother is taking care of her baby and whatever, and then like mother question mark and what like man like I really enjoyed like the I really enjoyed the thought process of how I can tie all this stuff in, and how like in my mind it could work in the best way possible. Even though at the end of the day, people probably won't again like the movies, because every single one of them is just like yeah, it just doesn't come out that well. But I get some real deep enjoyment of really finding some title, or really finding something that is like, it's so great that I came up with this, and it was so creative, and it was so interesting than just the common whatever um, of yeah. So film is ready. So whoa, let's pause here. All right. So Wait a minute. The film is ready. Your film called Mother is ready. Let's see what we get. Come on. Well, I guess it's going a little bit better than normal. Uh, do I get at least 18? Yeah, 18%. I think the goal was 17, so we just got one higher than that, which is great. This should be illegal. Talking about a mother's past is illegal. Really, at the end of the day, yeah, I guess it probably was a really hard hitting rated R thing, and maybe a lot of people don't want to know about the past of their parent or whatever. But at the end of the day, like a lot about this was banging on all cylinders to really be fascinating and whatever. The worst film of all. I'm sure there's probably a lot less films that were boring as f than mine was called. This film belongs in a trash can. Well, like, you know what? If you want to buy it on Blu-ray and DVD, just to throw it in the trash, great, fine. I'll still just keep making more copies of it and trying to sell it out somewhere. So what are you gonna do? This film only inspires not watching it. Well, great. I guess probably the one thing where I probably set up to where the little girl is probably consistently saying "mother" in the trailer could probably be annoying. Um, at certain aspects of it, once you get like an overuse of the trailer, so maybe that maybe does inspire people to not watch it. But at the end of the day, like for a lot of trailers have to forcibly have some kind of catchphrase or some kind of stupid thing to make it so where it's where it's memorable. So at the end of the day, Marty Fly, Back to the Future's Marty Fly. At the end of the day, I'm justified by like, hey, this is what every single movie does, and really at the end of the day, this is something controversial that might get a buzz going for people to be interested in seeing a movie. Your reward is completed. Contract is $680. All right. So at least I'm on track to just, ooh, I'm going to spend some money here, maybe get some better equipment, maybe better scripts. Because that's all I care about is getting better scripts. I don't really care much about anything else. Upgrade script quality. Yeah. Oh, I need 60,000 for a better script. Oh, that's too bad. Cinema income. Producer skill. I can upgrade my producer skill. Let's do that. It seems worth it. So that way people can stop complaining about my skills on the mic of producing just whatever. Uh, uh, exam is in 3 weeks. Okay, let's look at contracts so we can get another movie out of the gate here. Drama, I've kind of done countless amount of times. Horror 16, I kind of done horror a lot. Horror, action, science fiction. Science fiction is a really hard sell. A lot of the movies are just kind of really just very bland in there, so I would really have to go and really in depthly like scrap everything and just gonna go in and make a whole edition of a script. It would just take a lot of work to do. It just really would. That eventually maybe I'll have to do forcibly, but a detective for children, a detective movie for children. It makes no sense. Uh, yeah, I would never want to do a detective movie for children unless it's Detective Pikachu, which is now on Netflix or now on red boxes everywhere. Um, Cartoon 18, drama. I like drama and horror. I think those are my probably favorite two genres of here because um, there's a lot more things you can stretch with that. There's a lot more things you can do. Come on, give me some kind of roll of the dice here. Kind of be nice to me. I might have to do a detective thing again. I might have to do a detective thing. At least it's not action. At least I can probably get some. At least I can probably do something with detective things. And I think everybody likes detective things for some bizarre reason. People just love them detective things. So I guess I should clamor to what people enjoy the most. Cause yeah, there's so many detective shows out there. It's bananas. Like man, like and then like movies, it's like everybody has to be a detective in a movie. I'm like, man, can't we just like do any other movie besides a detective thing? Like I'm just a little burnt and crispy off of that because like there's too many detective films. There's too many detective movies. But let's put another detective movie out there in the world because the world needs heroes. God, anybody else getting irritated with that one stupid trailer where they have the one guy and he's like, "The world is running out of heroes." Just God, I'm just so sick of that movie. I'm so sick of that show. And I don't even know the title of the show. I just remember that it's just the trailer where the guy consistently talks about the world is running out of heroes, and I'm running out of patience hearing that stupid line. The world is running out of them sweet, delicious heroes. They are. They really are. They're running out of them those things called the heroes. They're running out. The world is running them out. They hate them. They hate and they fear them. uh, that's the one thing that I liked about X Men is just kind of like a world that hates and fears you, and how like in the very first like Tobey Maguire movies, how like everybody had to hate Spider Man for some obscure reason. It's like we hate you. Why? I'm saving your life. One character, two character. Let's go with one character. I think I did two characters before for a lot of stuff. So let's go on to what is the detective's name going to be? Because I guess forcibly, if this person's going to have to be detective, um, let's go with in honor of Dick Tracy, Dick. Um, log Logfellow. It's not going to be follow. It's fellow. Logfellow. All right, that's how we're gonna pronounce it, Dick Longfellow. Um, all right, so that's done. All right, so writing the scripts. The life of a former government agent named Dick Longfellow collapses when he is accused of a murder he did not commit. Okay, this makes no sense. Why does he collapse? Well, I guess like yeah, kind of persuaded by an experienced police inspector, Miles tries to track down the real killer. Okay, this script makes absolutely no sense. Dick Longfellow is a person with paranormal abilities who investigates a new case. This time he has to communicate with a 16-year-old frightened girl. And the main character is to answer the question, who is Anna? A victim of circumstance or a psychopathic killer? This kind of sounds almost like either The Sixth Sense or The Frighteners. But I kind of really enjoy this because again it's kind of like tapping into that sixth sense of kind of things, and normally a lot of movies don't go into this route of a detective that is just trying to be on the cusp of supernatural things and really trying to get the dead to talk. um Anyways, is a person with paranormal abilities who investigates a new case. This time, he has to communicate with a 16-year-old frightened girl. the communicates with the spirit, because this 16-year-old is dead. The spirit of a 16-year-old frightened girl, and the main character is to answer the question, who was Anna? Who was Anna? And why is she no longer with us? Who is to blame? Who is to blame for this? Yeah. I'm sorry if I write horribly. That's just how it is. A victim of circumstance or psychopathic, psychopath. Yeah, because at the end of the day, maybe this is random killings. Random killings. So at the end of the day, this person is taking paranormal avenues to try and get descriptions of who this person is, so they can figure out who this killer is. Because there's no other way to. Because all these killings are random. It's basically like the Zodiac killer. To where all these kind of things are very random, to where nobody can piece together who the killer can truly be. So, if anything, they need to bring in Dick Longfellow or Logfellow to assess the situation, because he's the only one that can really get answers. Because once the dead talk, then he can actually come up with a visual of what this person could look like. He can tell a sketch artist be talking to this ghost. Yeah, what the person looks like, so maybe they can get a rough estimate of who this thing is, or who this character is. Because at the end of the day, and maybe it'll be much more interesting if we find out that this killer was possessed by somebody. Yeah, we can go very much into a very supernatural thing. And yeah, maybe this person that is the killer is possessed by several different, or not several different, is possessed by a past person who had died based on certain things, and maybe they're getting their revenge, and they're just so happen to be getting revenge on people that he thought had wronged him from beyond the grave, kind of thing. So yeah, there are several ways that they can kind of go about doing this, and I think I'm going to take this script because it looks pretty interesting. So I think the main character is going to be a guy. Let's work with Tom Welling again, if I can. Nick Jonas. Come on, somebody good. Give me somebody. Dakota Fanning. I think the main character is the detective, and then the side character is the 16-year-old girl. Which I don't think I'm gonna find a 16-year-old girl in here, because most of the people are fairly old. Matthew Perry, why not? Let's go with that one. Yeah, we're gonna get a much older person playing a 16-year-old, which I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, maybe we can do that one. Let's do that one. I didn't make it. I guess I didn't do my jab. Oh, I guess I should look at schools. Yeah, of course. Exam starting. A gas shell of the Earth. Hydrosphere. Biosphere, atmosphere. Atmosphere? Right, alright. What ocean is the smallest one? Indian Ocean? Wrong. Alright. A process when the sun goes over the horizon. Uh, Over the horizon? Midnight? Dawn? Dawn? No, I was wrong. A Greece god of trades. Hercules? No, I think Dionysus has something with alcohol. It's either Hermes or Hercules. I want to say Hercules. No. Currency into unit of Norway, Sweden, Denmark. You would think that'd be euros, right? No. Why? Why me? All right, so let's do a jab. Let's do a jab so we can make some quiche. Do a jab so we can make some monies for the week, for the day, for the month, and even your year. Come on, Matthew Perry. It's a Friends. It's Friends. It's talking about Friends. Um, if anything, strangely, it's kind of funny how, um, like they don't really have much current actors on here. Because yeah, Dakota Fanning, Tom Welling, all kind of past actors that have kind of not really had a huge amount of limelight lately. But anyways, post production. Let's put 1,000 on music. God, what should I call this movie? Um, the the God, the unspoken, the unspoken, the uh, dead man tell no tales, which has probably been said somewhere so many times. Um, the the pointing of the dead, the 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 dead witness, the 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 paranormal witness, the God, what can I call this? The ghost who knows, the ghost who knows, the spirit of guilty, the spirit of innocence, the innocent spirit, um the judge, jury, and ghost executioner. God, the the law of spirit, the spirit of law, um the God, the fated witness, the phantom passenger, the phantom the phantom revealer, the phantom God, the case of the unknown. the um yeah, the case of the unknown, I guess. I don't know what to call this. Um uh Beyond normal case of things. Um because normally like everything like dealing with the supernatural is always like beyond something. Um Unnatural witness. Yeah. Unnatural witness. Yeah. That title is so vague, but it's gonna have to be good enough. It's gonna have to be good enough. The unnatural witness. Uh, are we gonna use the ghost to be the witness? That seems kind of silly. But The Unnatural Witness. Come on. Come on. What is going to work for this one? What is going to work for this one? Mm, the Unnatural Witness. Yeah, let's use the ghost. Because that really isn't kind of really kind of putting a nail on the coffin there for what I'm trying to do here. Oh, that might work. The unnatural witness, because like yeah, like the witness is like coming back from the grave to have one last hurrah of um like I wanna make it known that I was murdered by so and so person. So I guess this might work strangely enough. So yeah. Um like yeah, what if we had like a zombie kind of movie instead of a a ghost? What if it was a zombie and the spirit of this person, the zombie of this person came back to life and was gonna like around or just say like, "Hey, I was murdered." That'd be kind of interesting. Um, so unnatural, yeah, unnatural witness. Well, movies. Yeah. So if anything, movies are honestly steadily getting better, justifiably, I guess. Quality is 21%. No soundtrack. Whatever. I put a really high thing on the soundtrack. Watching this film is agony. Well, whatever. You went to a film called Unnatural Witness. What do you expect? The characters are simple and boring. Well, detective movies are. That's always what they are. They're simple. They're boring. That's basically a detective movie. Nothing about it is on the edge of your seat. Like, oh my god, it blew my mind. Um, well, this can't be worse. Well, I don't know. Have you ever seen a movie called The Omen? The Omen is pretty gosh darn bad. It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And Justice League is pretty up there in movies as well. I don't like Justice League at freaking all. Your reward of completing a contract is $400. So yeah, with that, I usually only do two kind of films. So yeah, this is really actually interesting. It kind of really revigored me wanting to possibly do these more because at the end of the day, like stuff like this where I can really um, use my real thought process to come up with really actual legitimately interesting movies is kind of really fun. There's some of these ones where I put in here where it's just kind of like, man, was this just like looking back at it, it was like, man, did this episode just not go as good as I wanted it to? And then there's some episodes where it's like, man, this was really intriguing, got my thought process, it really like invigorated my process of wanting to continue to do this because at the end of the day, um like these movies that I came up with were out of the cuff, were really fun. So if anything, for this one, I'm gonna say goodbye everybody. Goodbye everybody.